Another one for an update to the Toxic Rain Trickster. So at the end of this video, you're going to see the actual show place. I'm going to talk about the build now, and at the end, you'll see the Lich fight in the Delve that we just did. So I'll click that at the end because that's a lot harder than showing a map. Showing a map is not going to be that much. It's just shoot and go. So pretty much an update. This is level 89 now. We got the same flask from the last video. We get our bow. It's a damage over time +1. This is the same bow. Ideally, this is what you want to get. Just with the increase area, I think, for 4%, if I'm correct. I think that's the best one to get. Or attack speed if you can't afford that one. But this bow is like 13x. And it's the same thing. Toxic Rain, get Phantasmal if you can. You're Empower, Concentrated. It's the exact same setup. It's still the Asher's Chant, the Quiver, the +1 Chaos or Dex, whichever one you can afford, with Intelligence somewhere. Our big Resistant Ring. I would recommend going big on this. Try to get a tier 1 all-res, and then get a Fire, Cold, and Lightning. Just craft them on there, and just add a movement so you can get it. It's still the same chest. Cast with damage, cast on death just because I hate dying. Your Flame Dash, your Second Wind. With their instead, just be careful because they share the same cooldowns. It's annoying. And then Blood Rage, just make sure you remember to take this off and back on if you're in like an area where you don't need it anymore. Glove, I still haven't crafted on these. It's still the exact same. Chaos damage over time, attack, tier 1 attack speed, essence craft speed, life, resistance, Divergent Malevolence, Flesh and Stone, Lighten, Clarity. Clarity is only on here for the Watcher's Eye, which I didn't even gotten yet. Belt is just a filler. Eventually, you can definitely run a much better belt than this one. This is just a filler belt, which I probably don't really need at this point, just because I'll show you. Still the Xuries with the cast, the Immortal, the Enduring, and increase in duration. It's the exact same. Nothing on this really changed at all. The exact same gems, exact same gear, nothing changed. The only difference really is no Headhunter. It's just a filler to pretty much fix the resistance that I was missing. Because I think I was missing maybe like 10 resistance, I think. I don't think it's going to work, but it should, yeah. So yeah, I'm short 2 cold. Yeah, 2 cold and like 6 fire. And 6 lightning. Which to fix that, it's super easy. It's just add or move cold and lightning on this amulet and it's fixed. That's how easy it is to fix it. Yeah. That's probably where I fix it, actually. And that way that this can just stay how it is. Or if I don't need all that, I probably just remove one and put Chaos as the other. But that's also including this belt, which you probably want to run a Stygian base instead. And then you can probably drop some stuff around, because then run some Chaos res. Like this one, technically, would stay... That's a triple tree suffix, yeah. And in general, that's probably how I keep it. And just try to get this Chaos res in the positive, I would recommend. Because that's one reason why I'm dying so much with this character, is the Chaos resistance is so bad. And also that my evasion is super low and dodge is super low. The build to me feels like a big glass cannon, where you kill them, or they will kill you extremely fast. And it's happened multiple times. Cyrus was a mess. Conquerors were super easy. Conquerors, you go in, make sure your blood rate is still up, hit this, you attack so fast, where you just, and when you hit this Enduring Flask, you just keep going. And you just melt bosses so fast. So it's definitely a boss melter extremely quickly. So definitely it's not a problem with that. You do so much damage with this build. I think this build is roughly probably between 16 and 18 million. It's just you have no defense, because I'm only at 3.3k life. And every level now, let's talk about this actually. So nothing on here really changed. It's still the same cluster. The only difference really is we got more levels. So like we finished this whole half down here with the damage, the life, Wind Dancer, attack speed. We finished the damage here. This is where your Watcher's Eye would go. You can, ideally, the best one, probably like Malevolence over time. And Clarity, the same one as this. I think I said last time. The damage recoup this mana, so it's a little bit more of a defensive layer. It just helps a little bit. And then pretty much I got the skill effect duration. This is about 3 million damage right here. And same with the second one up here. That's why you want to get those two. And like we got like the Thread of Hope here. If I wanted to get resistance and put a point in, I could go fire, but there's no point putting this here. Life. And then pretty much with the Thread of Hope, it's in here. And also make sure it's a very large. You pretty much just want these 3 points for the 3 million damage. The overcharge for just building up some power, frenzy, endurance charges. And then you can definitely get the 6% life down here. If I was going to do anything else, you don't really need this 2% here. You could get this one for attack speed and movement speed, but you probably don't really need it, to be honest. You don't care about the minions. Don't do spell. You don't really need mana regen. And that's really it. You could go this one, but you don't need it. It's a waste of point. I would probably just recommend just filling out the life. Like, pretty much I'm level 89 right now. I probably just go 90, 91, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 95. But you really don't need it. Probably not. This will be my 94. And then from here, I probably get the Watcher's Eye for 95. Maybe then get these two for 96 and 7. Technically, I should have gotten this actually. This is actually better. Hold on. Yeah. So this is actually backwards. That's better. So 97 finishing that tree. This is just 1 point more life. So it's not really much of a difference, but it's 1%. That's pretty much it up here. You don't care much about this kind of stuff. And it's 97, a lot of people don't even get to anyway, so that's why this is pretty good where it's at. To be honest, where I probably will leave it. But pretty much a lot of this build didn't change. This POB will be in the description below, so you can see it. But the way I feel at the build is extremely strong. Super easy to level. We got 2 maps extremely fast. The labs were super easy. The build does crazy amount of damage. It's just that you will die extremely fast if you don't play with defensive routes. Because I'm still on negative. If you can get this chaos res positive, if you can get the evasion, more dodge on this build, you'll definitely feel a lot better. It's just that's the biggest problem with the builds right now is I have no net defense layer. But we're pretty much doing 98k damage per second. And the fact that you shoot so many of these out, you have this going off, the Void Spirits, a lot of damage. Because pretty much, like, this is all fixed. It doesn't matter. You want to just stay in stance. There's no reason to switch to Blood Stance. It does the exact same amount of damage. Made a very little difference, a couple hundred. Maybe like 100 or like 1,000 or so. It's not worth it. Just stay in this one for the blind. This is your defensive layer. This clarity is not the best. Malevolence is extremely your damage booster. And your Ghost Shrouds. That's pretty much it. Not a whole lot changed from the last video. Like, it's still lab 1, 2, 3, and 4. I still recommend. You don't need the power charges and all that. Trying to think what else. Like, I've done 3 conquers. Like, I actually killed them. We did 3 10 boss fights already. They were no problem. We have this one ready to go. They are a little tricky, but it just takes time just to kill them. You just have to keep moving damage. You will die a lot. It's just getting them all ready to go. Like, I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably do this 10 fight, and then I'm going to probably re-roll this character into the Bleed Lacerate that we played as a league start. I'm going to probably go back to that and actually build it the way I want. And I'll probably use that until I can start working on this character down here, which I want to. That's why, like, this is from, like, I had sitting in my tray stash. It's like I already have the chest for the character. I had the belt. I had a couple gems. So we'll probably end up building it. No currency, though. So all my currency is going to be just based on this character selling. And the fact that my gems aren't 2020, that's going to make it a little tricky, but we'll see. And we also do have some stuff from trays still. Like, I saw my bleed bow stuff in here, which is extremely high priced. Because Harvest hasn't been that good so far. I did get at least, like a remove fit at Lightning today, which doesn't do anything. I can augment a cold, which doesn't help. And remove defense doesn't really do anything. Non-lightning's a horrible. Non-fizz does nothing. I do have the Fracture 5, but I don't like the 5-1. I want the 3. Like, remove a fizz, add a fizz, doesn't do anything. Like, these don't help to what I need to run the bleed bow again. Is I really need Like, this is all the gear. I just really need the adder moves. Or straight ads. But I need a lot of them. That's not pretty much it, actually. There's not a whole lot to go over. Just because if I'm a level 71, it's pretty close to the same. That's pretty much it. Like, a lot of the gear in here is more just me slowly upgrading them. The builds, I don't know if it can get better than this, to be honest. Depends on why. You probably can play a much better version. Well, every build does usually the same chest piece. Does use the boots. The bow is best in slot by far. You can probably drop some of this damage on the chaos. Like, get rid of the chaos damage over time. Get rid of, well, I would keep the chaos skill. Get rid of the chaos damage over time on like these two. And make that as a resistance slot for chaos. So you can run triple res on both of these. You probably have much better time. And like full max chaos res with this build is probably real easy to get. And then I would also get a heat flask. So you're not going to get a free stunned. It killed me so many times doing delirium runs with that. Because I died because that. You probably wouldn't have to drop though. You have to keep the bubbling. Good. Movement speed is really nice. You probably have to drop the enduring. Once you can get that, like if I can get remove defense on this, I craft the other -9, drop this down to 11, and then I would easily not need this anymore. I just have it on here because of the time I need it because it costs so much mana. But I definitely probably could easily run without this, without a worry. And that's pretty much the build. There's not a whole lot more to go to improve it, really, to be honest. Besides getting like the Phantasmal for like an extra 2 million damage. It's just that gem's so expensive. It's an 8 Exalt base gem. This gem is like 2 Chaos. So it's definitely a lot better just to run the original. 2 Exalts if you want to go 21, 23. And that's pretty much it, to be honest. I would also recommend not probably getting a fire arrow quiver base for the added fire damage because it makes it so you cannot. So I'm pretty sure I take it off. Yeah. So this is the reason why I can't do elemental reflect maps. It's just because of this quiver. Giving me that fire damage on there. If I didn't have this quiver and I had a regular, any type of quiver, I would definitely be able to do elements. I'd be able to do every map mod except for Fizz Reflect. Which Fizz Reflect is something you just can't do because of Toxic Rain, I think. Or something adds Fizz damage. So you can't, oh yeah, Spark Skill does more Fizz. So that's the reason you can't do it. You probably can put Mirage Archer instead if you want to fix it, but I would just make sure you don't run this base of a quiver. It was just 7 Chaos Quiver versus a 2 Exalt Quiver. So I went with 7 just because it had everything I wanted, and it was very cheap. So that's pretty much the build. I'm going to probably sell this off now, go play and try to build the last raid until we can work on the future build I want to do. It's just that one costs a good chunk of money. Or we might do some past builds I think want to play. Go back to Bleed Bow, I'm hoping at one point. But that's going to be the Toxic Rain for me. Hope everyone liked the video. And then, like I see, hit subscribe button below. Come follow me on Twitch. And if you know how to make this character better, please put in the comments below so people who want to play this build can definitely see. And then I hope you like the Abyssal fight after this, and hope to see you on the next video. Let's try the Abyssal Death Lich again. Actually, I'll do it now, 89.
Just need another.
That would do a lot more damage too. Oh yeah, 3.3k. Let's go for it. Lich fight sucks, but let's go. The enraged step is just a nightmare. can kill him. I'm scared that's gonna blow me up if I go over there. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. Okay, so rage step. Oh, this fight's hard. With no chaos, with negative chaos res. This is really difficult. Oh, shit, we did it. And we didn't get the gloves. Rip. Which bar is this? So what's this? Energy shield life. I don't know. Right? It's an exalt. I don't. Yeah, I guess so. This not gonna be combined with the mountain value. Oh, yes, the. Cool. Lich